For over 25 years I have dedicated my life to RF Safe, driven by the tragic loss of my firstborn daughter, Angel Lee Coates. Her untimely death ignited a fire within me, a relentless pursuit to uncover the truth about the dangers of electromagnetic fields and to protect others from the pain I've endured. In the 90s, when cell phones were becoming ubiquitous, I knew deep down, given the science, that radio frequency radiation posed severe risks. But back then, the world was enamored with this new technology, and the profits were too immense for anyone to consider the potential dangers. I faced an uphill battle, but I couldn't stand idly by. RF Safe was founded before the turn of the century to take on this challenge head-on. I committed myself to this cause because I believed that one day we could prove how electromagnetic fields harmed my daughter. Then, in 1997, a study was released proving that this exact birth defect can occur from EMF exposure. I knew that if these mechanisms could be understood, it would revolutionize medicine, leveraging bioelectricity to save countless lives. It's been a long, grueling journey, but hiding this truth from people is becoming harder and harder. The science is clear, and the people claiming there are no risks from cell phone radiation are killing more people than they can imagine. The red herring stigma associated with radio frequency radiation health risks is setting back huge medical advancements that would be taking place, but they are too fearful of disrupting profits. Unveiling the dual nature of RF EMF radiation. Existent literature points toward a yet untapped therapeutic potential of RF EMF treatment, which might aid in damaging cancer cells through bioelectrical and electromechanical molecular mechanisms, while minimizing adverse effects on healthy tissue cells. The recent blog I posted, The Dual Nature of RF EMF Radiation Risks and Therapeutic Potential, highlights the complexities of RF EMF radiation. The literature review underscores both the potential dangers and the promising therapeutic applications of RF EMFs. The dark side of EMFs, health risks, interphone study. This large-scale study hinted at a link between heavy cell phone use and brain tumors, particularly glioma. It was a wake-up call, showing the need for more investigation into long-term exposure. Hardell Group studies. Dr. Leonard Hardell's research in Sweden consistently found a higher risk of brain tumors with long-term use of cell and cordless phones. His work emphasized the potential carcinogenic effects of RF EMF radiation. Serenat study. Conducted in France, this study also pointed to an increased risk of glioma associated with cell phone use, especially for heavy users. U.S. National Toxicology Program, NTP. Their animal studies found clear evidence of tumors in male rats exposed to high levels of RF EMF, suggesting these fields can indeed be carcinogenic. Ramazzini Institute study. Complementing the NTP findings, this study found increased incidences of tumors in rats exposed to RF EMF at levels similar to those emitted by cell phones. Reflex Project. Funded by the EU, this project showed RF EMF radiation could cause DNA damage and cellular changes, potential precursors to cancer. Bioinitiative Report. This comprehensive review by international scientists concluded substantial evidence of health risks from RF EMF exposure, including cancer, neurological disorders, and reproductive effects. A ray of hope. But it's not all bleak. Emerging research reveals that RF EMF radiation, while dangerous, also has the potential to heal, particularly in cancer treatment. Non-thermal effects. New studies suggest RF EMF can influence cellular processes in ways that don't involve heating, such as altering cellular signaling and homeostasis. FDA-approved therabionic treatment. This groundbreaking therapy uses RF radiation to treat liver cancer by inducing non-thermal interactions at the cellular level. Non-thermal anti-cancer effects. Research shows RF EMF can cause mitotic arrest, trigger autophagy and apoptosis, and activate specific ion channels in cancer cells, selectively targeting them while sparing healthy cells. Clinical trials. Various trials have shown RF EMF therapy can significantly reduce tumor growth and improve patient outcomes, particularly in aggressive cancers like glioblastoma. Balancing the scales. The dual nature of RF EMF radiation, its capacity to harm and heal, demands a balanced approach. We need strict exposure guidelines, ongoing research, personalized medical approaches, and widespread public education. Denying the risks not only endangers public health but also delays life-saving medical advancements. A personal mission. My journey with RF Safe has been deeply personal and profoundly challenging. The latest research supports what I've always believed, that understanding and harnessing EMFs can lead to incredible medical breakthroughs. It's about more than just science. It's about my daughter's legacy and my commitment to sparing others from similar heartbreak. It's about protecting the beauty of the light and love for life. I could influence policy change with better technology designs. So I did. I have designed many products for mitigating RFR risks, including a patent on the world's most advanced light-based wireless communication systems. I figure God had me in college at 15, studying with 25-year-olds for a reason in the 1980s. What made me a little successful in the 90s when I lived and worked in the valley between Glenwood Springs and Aspen, Colorado, was that I could fix anything man-made. So people brought their engineering problems from hundreds of miles away to my small little shop, where I also ran a limo service with a good friend. I met a lot of neat people when I owned Aspen Limousine. Great times. It snowed a lot there, and the roads could get rough, so I built a custom Jeep limo that was unstoppable in the worst weather conditions. Jeep Limo Aspen Limo 1999, owner John Coates. It was only a few months after this picture was taken that I closed the doors of my shop to pursue RF Safe's mission full-time. I had just invented an antenna that did go on to change FCC rules in the early 2000s by challenging the isotropic rules in place at the time. That was RF Safe's first policy win for the American people. It wouldn't have happened without my invention of the interferometric array antenna for cell phones. When I took these pictures when I was still in my 20s, I thought it would be easier to make the world understand where we were all messing up. Our bodies depend on these subtle energy charges and EM fields to communicate. Given the current state of technology, the entropic waste from wireless devices is deadly for many and makes many more sick from exposure, overwhelming their bodies with signal disruptions and oxidative stress. Faith that God's will be done. Under Joe Biden, my mission, which I share with the world here at RF Safe, has suffered its largest setback in 2 decades. Under Joe Biden, the world's most extensive rodent study done by the NTP attributed RFR exposure to the exact same brain cancer that killed his son. Biden allowed the NTP to run out of money, ending continued research that found clear evidence of cancer to fund wars abroad for his friends. As a father who has also lost a child, how can one be so absent-minded to end research that strongly suggests one's own son died from unsafe cell phone habits? How can you not want to continue that research and warn other parents? Instead, this wacko insists Iraq had something to do with his loss to get your vote. Meanwhile, his greed for power overshadows what killed his child. Don't be fooled into letting Biden's stupidity to stop funding research related to his own child's death harm your children too. I want the guy who can raise healthy and intelligent children in the top seat. Whitney Houston said it best, "The children are our future." This is true. Judge a man by his works, not rumors and kangaroo courts. Before comparing age between these two, compare how they did at raising kids. Look at the facts I'm showing you. Biden is taking our children down an avoidable path of sickness and death with a brain-dead policy to end NTP public health research into wireless radiation in favor of supporting wars. I have faith the world's eyes will be opened and a new era of health and prosperity for all is upon us with Trump as the opportunity to undo all the harm Biden has done to public health in America. I pray for these 2 policy changes, continued NTP research on NIR FCC guidelines based on current science, with faith much larger than a mustard seed. Updated safety guidelines and continued NTP bioelectric research will save billions of lives in the future by harnessing the magnificent power that powers the light for health and well-being. I didn't give up my life in Aspen to sell you a product. I did it to wake you up, to teach you what I knew, and to prevent you from making the same mistake of thinking wireless radiation is safe. You can boycott RF Safe for supporting Trump, but you aren't hurting me. RF Safe has always been a mission to make the world a better place with healthy, happy children. You are hurting yourself because of your hate for Trump. You can't hurt me any more than just the existence of RF Safe does already. If Biden supporters' orchestrated hate towards Trump supporters were to cause RF Safe to shut down, maybe I would get a night of rest, not reminded that I wasn't able to provide the protection my first daughter deserved because I too believed what the government was telling me. Wake up, people. The one thing you don't want to be in this world is like me, regretting that if I only knew I could have protected her. I design products to point out the problems. You can boycott my designs if you want to, but if you can't understand why RF Safe case designs are superior in addressing the physics involved, you haven't educated yourself enough to be safe. That is what worries me about your boycott. Hate protects no one. Only the love it takes to educate someone on how to be safe does that. Like always, I am available, as I have been here at RF Safe for 25 years to help you understand the risks, what policy changes are needed, and how to survive the best we can in our wireless world. I was just a kid who learned a lot about engineering early in life and was good at fixing stuff. I did well at that until I was faced with what the experts said was unfixable and just bad luck when things go wrong with the embryonic process. I don't believe in luck, good or bad. I believe in God's will, fate if you will, and I believe anything broken can be fixed. We have to be smart enough and motivated enough to fix the problems and bring forth the enlightenment our future depends on. As much as it pains me to polarize the RF Safe community, I have to support what is best for RF Safe's mission. That does not entail supporting Biden as it was under his watch when NTP research was ended or supporting candidates that have no chance. You have to let go of your hate for Trump for the sake of our children. What matters most is a change in future government policy addressing the risks and benefits of technologies employing RFR, which suffered greatly under Biden. I have an agenda too: protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. With a very big emphasis on the first one, life. I'm voting for Trump, whether you like it or not. In God we trust. God bless America. Blessings, John Coates, founder of RF Safe 727-610-1188.